play first team somewhere else.
Going into Murray Park for the first time was, for me, truly inspirational. I was totally inspired by the place. We'd love to get a crop of youngsters through it at one time, no doubt about it, and I think the perfect example of that is the Manchester United players who came through. That would be the top aim, but I think one or two each year developing towards the first team squad, I think would be successful.
And just on the header.
At 21's level, the youngsters are performing alongside established first team stars like Malls and Malcolm. The manager can judge how they cope at a tempo more attuned to the Premier League, and if they shine, they could push themselves into the manager's thoughts.
We need Bob.
The good old-fashioned art of heading a ball, winning a ball, centre halves. Yeah. Everything's a 50-50.
That's what.
Yeah.
No! Good tackle.
The referee's just reacted to the shout, hasn't he, the boy?
I think it's very important for me as the manager of the club to keep my finger on the pulse, to see what's coming through the ranks. I know that the job that I have is difficult enough, but I do like to not exactly have a hands-on, but certainly I like to have a keen interest in the kids all the way down to the initiative stage.
Oh, straight. Oh, he's in. Yeah. Oh. What a strike. That is a lovely striker of the balls, you know.
Not always.
I know, but I mean, he does strike a lovely ball. But even when he passes it to the opposition, he's still a lovely striker of it. He does, he honestly amazes me.
The under-21 games, the fact that we can play senior players in these games, I think is a real benefit to the kids as well. I remember in my own development phase at Aberdeen Football Club under Ali McLeod, Billy McNeil, then Alex Ferguson, playing for the reserves. It was an experience to put your wits against guys who'd been in the game a long time and had done it at a decent level, at the highest level. I think you learn more.
Curled in there, it's a goal by McLeish.
Alec McLeish picked up plenty of silverware following a debut as a raw 17-year-old.
And the man of the match, Alec McLeish.
I guess my forum in the reserves got me noticed. The manager had seen some of those, but also the coach of the reserves had passed it on to him that, you know, I was maybe worth putting on the fringes. And I played that game, we won 1-0, it was a great occasion, 22,000 in Pittodrie. And sure I had nerves, but I felt at the end of the game that I'd done okay. And then he promptly dropped me for the next game. Reason being, he wanted to blood me slowly, and when I look back on that now, I thought I couldn't believe that I wasn't involved in the Saturday. But I can understand his reasoning, and you know, too much too soon, and not put too much pressure on me too soon. And looking back, I think that was great management.
Just enough.
It's a vital touch.
No tackle, Berkey.
Well done. Well done, Berkey.
Come on, show.
Berkey, could maybe play Berkey at right back. Good boss on. Oh, Berkey. Well done, me man.
7 months ago, one of his first acts as manager was to give winger Chris Burke a first-team debut at Ibrox.
Burke, wee Chris, I mean, he'll tell you it's because he used to clean my boots every day. But, you know, that's not quite true. We actually saw him playing in a couple of under-18 games and he was exciting. No doubt about it, he was an exciting young talent. And of course he came on and had a dream debut. And he excited the crowd. It was, I think, comparisons with Willie Henderson, the Rangers' legendary right winger. And he even helped himself to a goal. So it was an absolute wonderful start for Burkie, but he was promptly dropped as well. But he's got a chance. And if they can go back to the dressing room with all their pals, then they can be a big influence on the pals as well and say, look, that was great up there, that's where we want to be, and that's where, you know, you should strive to be as well.
While his friend Chris Burke's had a taste of the big time, Kevin Morrison is adjusting to life away from Rangers. Released last season after 4 years at Ibrox, he's found a new club, much closer to home.
I was just really in my house one night and I got a phone call from Danny, the manager, and asked me to come down and try it out, and everybody was really friendly. First impressions were good and team spirit and the boys is excellent. And as soon as I came down I quite enjoyed it. Came back, took it from there really, played a game, done quite well and signed after that. Just there's no pressure here and it's laid back, just enjoy it more.
Right, everybody knows what we're doing here. We are playing here to get away from here. So if you want to be a professional football player, you do it out there, not in here. It's out there you do it. Everybody knows what they've got to do. If we've got the ball, go and play. It's a joy to come here and play, because there's no rule.
Bit different in the salary, but it's not really an issue anymore, the money, even though it would be good.
Do you mind telling us what the salary is at East Stirling?
It's only a tenner a week, and basically it's like playing for nothing, which...
For the love of the game.
Aye, for the love of the game.
Is everybody ready? Oh, boys! Is everybody ready? Come on!
Oh, Chris. Easy, boys. Thompson, what are you teaching him? Is it Dundee days? Watch Stephen Burke.
Yeah.
Go on, boys. Well done, Sean.
Do it early.
It's a good take.
Ostensibly, McLeish is checking on Michael Moles' comeback from injury. But Tom Brighton's not doing himself any harm, holding his own against much older opponents.
Oh, yes, Tom.
Hey, yeah. Oh, what a ball. No. I didn't think that was offside.
Unlucky.
The great ball by Brighton, was it not? What a pass inside the defender.
I don't want to accuse the kids of lacking the passion and the hunger. The younger ages, you know, we did nothing else but kick the ball. Nowadays there's so many other attractions for the kids, and namely sitting in front of computers and playing with the PlayStation. I even get that from my senior players.
Good ball, Charlie, I love that. Go on, Tommy, again. Go back on. Check that, go on. Yeah, it's good. Put it in the face.
I do think that there's still passion, and we need that. If we can combine the passion with the technique, then we'd have a really potent force in Scotland.
Times you got to let him have it, that's a big kick. Just let him have it, but chaperone him. Yeah.
How do you call it?
Chaperone him, you know. It's French, I think.
Monday morning, and the 18 squad has 2 new recruits. It's a school holiday week, but this is no holiday camp. 15's hopefuls, Brian Gilmore and Scott Agnew, are in for a taste of full-time training. If they can impress Bomber, show they can cope, it'll boost their chances of a contract.
I'm here for a week in work experience, just to learn how to go about being full-time, professional. Playing to see if I'm good enough to get a contract here, so trying to impress and get a contract. We were in a couple of weeks in the summer holidays and I knew it would be hard then, and it's even we've been training with the older ones and that, it's been even harder then, but still I've still enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to the rest of the week.
We train in the morning, get a lunch and come back out. We usually just train for 2 hours at night, but it's a lot longer training, it's harder with John Brown. It's good fun, but it's hard work.
There are a lot of bigger boys here and it's quite difficult to play against them, but it's good.
Best group is the youngest group.
It's hard work, they're a lot quicker and stronger, so it's harder.
Usually eat healthy every 2-3 days at home, but in here you get it via lunch and then your tea and that, so it's day to day, and I think it's better food for you anyway. The lasagnas and the pastas and vegetable soups and that, it's good. Plenty of water.
The verdict on the rigours of full-time football.
I haven't got my bed, a bit tired.
David Ford has dreamed of playing for his Ibrox Heroes since the age of 9. Now 15 and let go by Rangers due to his lack of inches, he's not giving up just yet. He's not going to be a giant in the Greg or Alberts mould, but he's not giving up the dream that someday fans will be looking for his autograph.
Right, team today. Going to play 3 at the back again. Midfield, we've got to try and crowd the midfield. The wee guy plays on their left-hand side, your right. Fordy, I need him cracked.
He's still turning out for Rangers, albeit not the official ones. Welcome to the world of the Scottish Amateur Youth League.
We're going to win! We're going to win! We're going to win! Let's go and do it then! Come on!
David now plays for the Rangers Supporters Association Boys Club. It may take surgery to remove the blue jersey off a Fordy's back.
Since I left Rangers, I went to a new club. It's Rangers Boys now. I wasn't getting games because of my height. I just didn't like it. My confidence was going down.
Cathkin Park in Glasgow's south side. It's a world away from Murray Park, but at least Fordy's getting a game. His mum's still there. She believes.
As far as I know, his manager said he's playing fine. I don't go to much games now as I used to. So, and he enjoys going as well, so he's quite happy. He makes his own mind up now, what he wants to do and where he wants to go, so I just leave him to it. Chasing the lassies, staying out later. I just leave him to it.
Well, I was small, but my height started to grow now. I took a stretch in the last few months. Hopefully it'll keep going.
Well, it's only new, I'd say, in the last maybe 5-6 months that he started to grow. So yes, so hopefully in the next 6 months we'll be really tall. Like his brothers.
I don't really feel I'm growing, but I've started eating a lot more. Eating chinkies and deliveries and all that kind of stuff. That's it, man.
Oh, when he was younger it was great, going in all the different games and tournaments and going everywhere. So in the rain, the snow, it was brilliant. But now he's old, it's all gone. David doesn't like us to go all the time now. He does. And I think it's just because he's older. He likes going himself. So that's an era away. So I'll wait till the grandson's up and then I'll start going with him again and enjoy it.
I've been doing alright, but winning a few games, scoring goals. Well, you're always being watched by somebody, so I don't know, there might be a scout there. Hopefully I'm getting watched and somebody sees me. go to another team. I don't really see football as like a job. I see it more as like a hobby. I'd like to go to another club, but I'd like to still make a living out of football. Don't want to get a job, man. Can't be looking. I'd rather just make a living out of that.
The hunger's still there, still battling, still putting in the biting tackles. Nothing can dampen his ambitions. Over at Murray Park, Fordy's former teammates are in for a crunch fixture against Dundee United.
No, make sure we're up for it. 3 things I always say, you hear me? Attitude, spot on, work rate high, and quality. We must have quality.
The coach is demanding a result today. 4 of the Rangers lads are just back from an under-16 Scotland game. If they're tired, they better not mention it.
It's prestige for the boys to play with Scotland, but for me personally, it's what they're doing here that matters. This is Scottish schools, it's great for them and that, but it's in here that's what gets them a job. I don't mind if they do the business in here, that's what matters.
Yeah, I can understand, but that's the coach who's talking. and Tommy McLean and myself, we look. I like them to play an international game, as long as it's not causing problems for Rangers and for the team. But playing against Wales or Denmark or Ireland is always a wee bit more special than play Partick Thistle, Dundee United. So it is special.
John Johnson is leading the line. He doesn't disappoint.
I felt quite tired after the international game on Thursday night. I put a lot into that. I tried my best and put a lot into it, so I felt a wee bit tired, but we got off to a good start. I've scored a few hat-tricks last season, but this is my first one this season, so I'm quite pleased and I'm looking for more, maybe against Celtic in 2 weeks.
At 15, John's got plenty on his mind. Keeping hold of the number 9 jersey for one. Homework, exams, parents.
I've never ever thought about anything else but football as like a professional career. Since I've been able to walk, I've been kicking a ball and just try to get into football and that, so I've never really thought of anything else. I'm 15 just now and 16 in March, and I think this is one of the most important years because I'm hoping to get a contract when I turn 16.
Well, we can only judge what we see and what's reported back to us. The reports are fairly good, and when we watch them, I tend to be his worst critic, but in fairness he has done well, hasn't he?
Very well. Well, we're very proud of him, and we're there every Sunday in home games and away games. We're just trying to support him in everything that he wants to do, and hopefully he'll achieve everything.
John's football career has effectively become the whole family's social life. Like the other parents, they've turned supporting their son into a grand tour.
Last May it was Dublin.
Then we went to Holland.
Then we were on St Andrews for 3 days.
We were in Aberdeen. Jack tells me to be quiet all the time. I tend to be a wee bit loud, especially if John's involved. It was great when I jumped up and cheering. He wanted to, I know he wanted to.
No, I don't. I don't like to shout too much, no. But she does the shouting.
I've got to give him a wee bit of support.
Angie Johnson might shout her support from the sidelines, but just like the other mums, she's often left holding the jackets when Dad has his say on John's efforts.
So what about the one year you were through and you missed?
Most of the time when we leave Murray Park, we argue. Well, I don't, but Jack and John argue until we actually reach the drive here. And then John storms upstairs and we don't see them again for another few hours, keeping them apart.
You know as well as me that you've just got to keep doing it. You've got to be better all the time, and it's not a matter of saying, well, I won the day, I'm going to win next week. It's a case of saying, right, how am I going to do better next week? I like to think it's constructive criticism, But John doesn't see it that way. He thinks I'm getting at him, doesn't he?
He does. But John will come back to me and say, tell my dad to get off my case a wee bit. And then later on at night, Jack will say, right, did you see that today? Do you know what I'm talking about? So I'm stuck in the middle all the time.
You know, without me telling you know what you've got to do, eh? It's a lot of commitment, it's a lot of hard work for you. Especially this year. You've got studying, you're training, you know, so it is going to be hard.
I have training 3 nights a week, and then I have my 2 spare nights, but one of the spare nights I need to stay in and get my homework done and look at my books and study, because if anything ever goes wrong in the football, I've always got like my schoolwork to fall back onto to try and get a job, but hopefully I get my contract and nothing goes wrong in football.
There's a lot of boys went to the wall, so to speak, that were good football players with no education behind them, and it's just you don't know what to do for the best. Is it education, football, and you're trying to balance both. If he could leave school with some good results, then take on his football, at least if anything happened with the football, he could get back to his studying and hopefully pick up from where he left off.
And he's still got something behind him.
Yeah.
You know, something to achieve and work on. Oh, you know about this, but I think you had a wee drink in you that night when we put this deal up. John made me sign a contract.
And if I get any ones in my standard grade exams, my mum will give me £50 for every one I get. So I hope to get 8 ones and get all the money off.
I've just found out that he's sitting at 8 exams. I thought it was only 7, but it's 8. And if he gets wins, he's getting £50 for every one.
I never knew about this.
You did?
No, I didn't. Cut! All our families are Rangers supporters, so it's, if he does go on and get a contract, it's a dream come true for us all. You know, he's doing something that I would have loved to have done, and lots of other boys in the country would love to do. So, but we'll just need to see what happens.
3rd Division, Firs Park, East Stirlingshire versus Gretna. And it's league newcomers Gretna who take charge. But Kevin can't do anything about that. He's on the bench.
First few games I've played full games and doing alright. Then fortunately I was sent off against Falkirk in a cup match and been suspended, and brought a couple of boys in, and I've not played since then, so I'm just looking forward to getting back in the team and playing again.
The manager rings the changes, but not for Kevin. He waits. And waits. Still waiting, and in spite of going down 4-0, he doesn't get the nod.
Well, really, the season's just started. I still believe that if I apply myself and work as hard as I can, and I think I've got the ability to make a living out of the game, whether it be a lot of money, but a living. So if I still believe that, then I'll keep playing until I get it, really. And if I don't, then I don't, but I'll still want to play.
Sunday morning, 8 a.m.
I think you weren't at the game yesterday.
The 14s are on their way to the capital. Hearts away is hard enough, but they're at Musselburgh Juniors ground. Murray Park, it ain't.
Okay, have a seat. Now just listen. It's important that we start today's game very positively. We play the way we've been playing in the last couple of weeks. We've played well in the last couple of weeks. We've seen the state of the park. It is not Murray Park. It's not going to roll nice and easy for us. They are a big team. We have got to compete against them. Get the ball down, play it. Right? Play it early. Get a good first touch and make a good pass into feet. We've got to make sure that we go out on a high. And let's go, guys. Come on. Let's go right to the start.
Good ball. It's a mud bath. A tit-for-tat first half, but the Gers are struggling against a physically stronger Hearts team.
That's a free header, Willie! Good ball, Robbie! Good ball. Go on, Steve, cut in!
There are big boys in there, we're just not going to be able to compete in there.
What's the difference between Edinburgh and Glasgow? About 6 inches on this evidence. Midfielder Stevie Lennon will battle to the very end. He plays like a man possessed. But even he can't compensate for his team's off day. Hearts triumph 4-2.
They dictated play and we lost silly goals. We had chances to win the game. Never mind even draw level. We had chances to win the game and we didn't take them. And guys have got to look at themselves and say, can you do that? Right?
Having concentrated initially on first team affairs, one season on and Alec McLeish rings the changes at youth development.
Okay, Jamie.
Nearing the end of his contract, Jan Dirk sees how the 14s are measuring up.
Yeah. 160.4.
As he prepares to pass the baton to his successor, a reminder of the ifs and buts of coaching, Jan style.
We're on 1.2 centimetres since the last time. Sometimes 1 week it's top of the mountain and the next week is bottom of the sea. And we're trying to find out where that comes from. We'll become a giant. A wee bit more than a kilogram. Hey, Michelin. What we see here is how is their work rate? How are they coachable? And are they listening? Or are they doing their own job? So there is assessment here, but the most important one is game. Jordan! What? Tall.
Jan's leaving to join Dick Advocat in a coaching position with the Dutch FA. All change at Murray Park as former Aberdeen colleague George Adams answers the call from Alec McLeish. A new coaching regime is put in place.
The biggest thing as far as I was concerned was the fact that I knew how interested Alec was in youth development, partly because of what he had come through at Aberdeen earlier on in his own career. I don't think Rangers are any different from any other club. I think if you look at the role model that Alec Ferguson had set out at Manchester United, you could possibly have said the same. I think if the boys have got the talent and they've worked hard enough, I think they'll get every opportunity.
15-year-old Callum trains with Stefan Kloss in the first team. An end-of-season bash for the Ibrox Speed Merchants.
You think David Beckham walked in as a 16-year-old to Man United and walked in with a Mohican?
Coiste was totally scared of me.
And the 15s size up Ibrox.